Hello, and welcome back to another lesson with Economic Equity Initiative. Today we'll be talking about supply and demand, which is a basic economic concept. So, starting off, supply and demand is one of the most fundamental principles in economics. It explains how the price and quantity of goods and services in a market are determined. So, starting with demand refers to how much of a good or Hello, and welcome back to another lesson with Economic Equity Initiative. Today we'll be talking about supply and demand, which is a basic economic concept. So, starting off, supply and demand is one of the most fundamental principles in economics. It explains how the price and quantity of goods and services in a market are determined. So, starting with demand refers to how much of a good or service consumers are willing to buy at various prices. Typically, the higher the price of a good, the less the people are willing to buy it. Conversely, the lower the price, the more people are willing to purchase. This relationship is known as a law of demand. An example is if the price of a concert ticket is very high, fewer people will buy it. If the price is lower, more people are likely to purchase tickets. Next up, we have supply. Supply refers to how much of a good or service producers are willing to produce and sell at various prices. The law of supply states that as the price of a good increases, producers are willing to supply more of it because they can make a higher profit. An example is if the price of a smartphone increases, smartphone manufacturers are more likely to increase production to take advantage of the higher price. Connecting both of these, we have a term called equilibrium price. This is the point where the quantity demanded by consumers equals the quantity supplied by producers, which is called the equilibrium price. At this price, the market is balanced, meaning there's neither excess demand or excess supply. An example is if a store sets up the price of shoes too high, demand will drop, and the store may have excess inventory. If the price is too low, demand may outstrip supply and the store may run out of shoes. Now we'll be talking about shifts in demand and supply. So, various factors can cause shifts in the demand and supply curves. When it comes to demand shifters, we have changes in consumer income, changes in consumer preferences, price of related goods, so substitutes or complements, population changes, and expectations of future prices. So, when it comes to changes in consumer income, if someone stops making as much money or makes less, then they might buy an inferior good or normal good, which is basically inferior is something you would get if your income is lower, and normal is something you would buy if your income is higher. When it comes to changes in consumer preferences, this could simply be you stop liking a certain pair of, say, clothing, so you stop buying it. When it comes to prices of related goods, this could mean that another substitute of an item you are currently buying, if let's say the price of, another juice goes down, so then you will currently stop buying the juice that you are buying right now. Population changes, the more people that are simply demanding the product, or more of them are going to buy it. And expectations of future prices, this is similar to price of related goods, except now we're looking at the future. In the future, will the price go up or down, which will change how we buy a certain product today. Now, supply shifters, we have changes in production costs, so wages, raw materials, technological advancements, government policies, and expectations about future prices. So changes in production costs, meaning if let's say you have to pay your workers more, then you have to charge a bit higher as well because you have to make up those costs. When it comes to technological advancements, there could be machinery that makes producing a lot easier, making you sell it at a smaller price or making production even more efficient. Government policies, there are also policies that the government creates where restricting suppliers from selling a certain way or, subsidizing products being sold as well. So we have to look into that. And expectations about future prices. If let's say we know the demand of a product is going to be higher in the future, we might be waiting to sell it then. So when demand increases, demand curves shift right. Prices tend to rise, and when supply increases, supply shifts right, prices tend to fall. So by understanding how supply and demand work, we can see how the markets adjust to changes in price and quantity. It also helps in understanding broader concepts like inflation, price controls, and how the government can intervene in markets. So next, try the worksheet problems that are linked on our website. Till next time.